What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote. And maybe you can have me at your next event. You know, I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Make your next thing a big one. Today on the program, if you're wondering why I'm a little bit tongue-tied and twisted, I got my man, my friend, Jayquan Feliciano is on the program. Oh, what? You've heard of Jayquan? Oh, you know a little bit about Jayquan? Ha! Well, you're going to get to hear a little bit more about Jayquan in the next few minutes, so stick around. So excited. Oh, this week's shows. I have my one public show, my faithful Friday night at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, the video dance party karaoke jam. Yeah, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. We got a little concert starring each and every one of you. The party is on at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. Full bar, kitchens open, pool tables. Pool tournament on Friday nights. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool, I encourage you to check out the Rab in Conway, Arkansas. It's from 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the AM. Good times at the Rab, Conway, Arkansas. Come out and play with us. Yeah, do some dancing, have some fun. And then on Saturday, I got a wedding. Yeah. Oh, why am I telling you about it? Well, unless you're invited, you cannot come. But I'm excited because I get to have a wedding. I'm so glad that weddings are back. Parties are back. The people are getting together and enjoying themselves. And I get to be a small part of that. I get to be a part of their best days. I get to be with people on their happiest days. And that's cool. That makes me feel good. I get the energy from them. And it just feels good. Speaking of energy, speaking of good energy, I got Jayquan coming up right now. He's on Skype, so if you're listening to the audio version, I encourage you to check out the video version on my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDAN. Skyping Jayquan Feliciano now. Dang, that man is right on time. Right on time. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you have the picture quality. For anybody that's listening to the audio version, I encourage you to check out the video version because that man is quality. He's beautiful. All that splendor is sitting right here in front of me. Oh man, showing me the two guns. All right, if you're listening to the audio version, you are missing out. You are definitely missing out. Check out the YouTube version. I'll be putting that up too. Okay.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
Jayquan, man, you know, it's been so long since we've seen each other, man. I moved away from Miami back in 2009, in the middle of 2009. Oh my goodness. And you're still in South Florida. You're in my old stomping grounds in Fort Lauderdale. I went to high school in Fort Lauderdale. I went to Broward College, man. But
oh wow.
Tell me, Jayquan, how's it been going?
Everything's going good, man. You know, staying busy, doing my thing like always, you know, still performing. Jayquan, Nasty Boys, still doing our thing, man. Just like you, still doing your thing, still DJing, still on the mic, I see. Good for you, man. I'm proud of you. You didn't give it up.
Every day I'm on this microphone, Jayquan. Now, one of the things that I've always admired about you is your physicality. You're always in good shape. Is this something that you grew up with? And where did you grow up? You know, is this something that's been instilled in you?
You know, I grew up in New York, in the Bronx, you know, and you know, a lot of it, I have to say, I give it to my partners from the Nasty Boys. Those guys was always into working out, you know, always into gymnastics and stuff like that. And they got me into working out, you know. Then we became male strippers, and then, you know, the bodies came in there, you know. You got to keep that body tight. You got to keep that body looking good if you want to be a stripper.
Well, that's the thing, man. If you go to a Jayquan show, and I'm talking about the musical part, you got not just the good singing, the talented performing of the Latin dance, also known as freestyle, and also known as, you know, like that rhythm. You got that rhythm, but you're also going to get dancing. You're going to get physicality. That man might take his shirt off, you know, and the ladies are going to scream, you know. Okay, look, you've been tied down. I knew you. I knew. Shoot, I guess I knew you when you were first starting to date. Really, your then girlfriend, now wife. I mean,
yes.
One thing that I admire about you is also your wife, Cheryl. Wonderful
yes,
person.
Thank you.
I mean,
thank you.
She makes she completes the person that you are and the person that you were.
And other half.
It's a team. It's a good team. Yes. And my goodness, when I met her, she was a wonderful lady. I had a crush on her. Okay, but I didn't even know she was with you, and I went, oh,
you and
never mind.
Thousands of guys.
Let me back out. My wife. Of course, man. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful that you found each other. You're a good person, and you say you grew up in the Bronx. But I mean, let's get back there. Let's get a little bit of the story of little baby Jayquan when he was growing up in the Bronx.
You know, we started at exotic male dancers, strippers.
Wait, as a baby?
And from the Nasty Boys doing that, we got into the music, and we didn't know. We were more into R&B. We didn't know what freestyle was until I happened to meet. I knew a girl that was in high school with me, and she was a singer, you know, a freestyle singer, and that's Maribel. You know, Maribel's the one that sings "Roses are Red, Violets are Blue," "Don't Make Me Promises." You know, so I knew her from high school, and she was performing. And I told my guys, listen, we went to see her in concert. And I said, look, I know her. Let me reach out to her. Let's see if she's willing to let us dance for her, you know? And from that moment, she gave us the opportunity to be her backup dancers. You know, it was Maribel and the Nasty Boys. So her giving us that opportunity, we happened to meet our record company, our record label that was called Honor Roll Records, Big Al and JR. And they happened to be at an event that she was performing. And they gave us the opportunity to be artists, you know, for their label, because, you know, they saw that we can dance, sing, we have nice bodies, and we put on a great show. So they took us under the wing. We signed to the record label. We were on a roll records for a couple of years. And that's how Nasty Boys, you know, became Nasty Boys.
Well, what year was this? So we could put a timeline on it.
This was 1988. 88 is when we started with Honor Roll Records.
Yeah, 88, before online, before Spotify, before Apple, you were selling records. This is when a record label would see someone and say, I can package that. I can make that into a product that I can sell, that is marketable. And perhaps, you know, the record company will take a little piece, but hopefully they gave a bigger piece of the pie to you. And you know, what's your experience with working with a record label? Were they good to you? Did they fulfill the promises?
Listen, they were amazing. It was one of the best record labels out there, you know, because they didn't cheat us. They didn't screw us, you know, like other labels do. You know, they gave us the opportunity to you know, put our input in the music, put our input in our show. They believed in us. So they gave us that freedom to do what we want, you know. And we were with Honor Roll Records. We had an album with them. We got to do at least, I think we had about 12 songs in the album. And out of the 12, we had 4 singles, you know. So
that's a good record, man.
Just, you know, took it to a whole different level.
Yeah, some people don't even get one single. You had 4 singles come off of one record. I mean, there's only a few records that are
giving you shout outs and love and props. I'm sorry. He just he said he has such a crush on you. You know what I'm saying? This show right here, my wife is in the building.
Oh,
you know, she's taking care of the dog.
Well, I know she's in real estate, so definitely give a shout out to her real estate and make sure that she gets some houses. That's got to be fulfilling right there, putting people in houses and selling houses.
She's a jack of all trades.
Oh.
She has too many hats.
Well, that's
the
thing.
From being my manager, my wife, you know, her own company. You know, she's a jack of all trades.
Well, that's the thing about this industry, the entertainment business. The money can be good, but the work is not steady. So you have
Yeah.
to hustle all the time, and you have your
Oh, yeah.
fingers in different pots. You can come to someone's party as a dancer. You can come as a singer. You could come as a bodybuilder. You can even, do a stripogram. I don't know if you're still open to that, but I mean, you got the shape. Somebody would. I could imagine you, me hearing a knock at the door. It's Jayquan, stripogram, and you just come out and sing one of your own songs, do one of your own choreographed dances, and put on a show. I mean, but that's just a small part of the entertainment business. There is so much that you have had your hands in. Now, when I asked you when you were a baby Jayquan, you went right into the Nasty Boys and stripping. No. I'm talking about, where did your first love for music? I know you were listening to R&B and everything back in the day, but who introduced you?
My first love of music was doo-wop music, because my dad was in a group. My dad had a group called the Emeralds, and he had his group, and I remember growing up as a kid watching my dad rehearse with his group, and had no idea that I was going to fall into that direction in the music industry, because, I'm going back to like in the 70s when my dad was like, rehearsing, performing, just finished doing a gig, coming back with the guys to the basement, and they're there singing some harmonies and doing doo-wop music, singing their songs. And it's funny because some of their songs was in Spanish. It was Spanish doo-wop. So it was they took it to a whole different level, in Spanish. That to me was amazing. I had no idea what the hell they were saying, because I was young, but it was growing up and just seeing that, then later on, I decided to in the 80s, get into the music, my background of my father with his group. Then my mother too. My mother was also, a very famous dancer, choreographer, Carmen Robles. So my mom used to do mambo, cha-cha, growing up into the Latin, with Tito Puente, Celia Cruz. So just seeing both of my parents doing what they love, it was natural for me. It was, I had it in me. It's in my blood.
Oh my goodness, Jayquan, you better believe it. It's in your blood. Mom, the dancer, dad, the doo-wop singer, but not only doo-wop, but doo-wop, bilingual doo-wop, which is something that all right, at the last radio station that I really was working at, I did a couple of stations here in Little Rock and Arkansas, where I'm at now. But the last one that I left back in Miami was Exito 105.5. And that was catering to the bilinguals. It had 2 English songs, 2 Spanish songs. That was the format.
Right.
And for someone, like myself, who is 3rd generation, yes, the blood is getting thin. Grandma and grandpa from Cuba came over in 1948, went to New York, had my mom. So my mom was born in Jewish Harlem up there, which is why she has a Jewish name. Wow. It's her name's Myra, but it's the Jewish spelling, Myra. But then she moved down to Miami and had me. So I'm 3rd generation, but I think my first language, they tell me that it was Spanish. I was translating soap operas from English to Spanish for my great grandma, not even my grandma. I mean, the women in my family seem to live a long time. I still have a grandma, 93 years old now,
wow.
Still living.
God bless her. God bless her.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. But the Latin flavor, that is one of the things that I appreciated about you being part of the scene, because you have that beat, that conga beat, that Caribbean feel, but you're singing in English. I don't even remember. Are you singing in Spanish as well, or is it all English? Did you get some of that?
No, it's Spanish too. I got a couple of songs that I've done in Spanglish because I want to cater to both markets, So some of the Jayquan stuff, it's more Spanglish because I got that reggaeton / freestyle / Latin in there, and I got a very tropical, like a Zumba song called Agua, very tropical, a lot of productions in there, and it's hot, man. It's hot. I just did another reggaeton song with this woman from another artist from New York, Trish Mollett. I feature her in this song. I got, one of Pitbull's artists, Madai. I feature her in the song. Also produced by Pitbull's producer, Hugo Diaz. Song is called This Ain't Love. You know, I got a remix featuring Flow Rider, you know. So it's hot. I got to send you those tracks. I got to email these songs to you.
Absolutely, because not only I play them in the club, but I also play them on RadioWhat.com. I have my online radio station sitting right here behind me. So,
awesome.
You know, I love breaking out new artists, new songs. Make sure I give appreciation, especially to the people that I admire, that I know. We never became great friends, but I've always admired your stance on life, your attitude. It's always
been... Man, you family. What are you talking about? I know you for years.
I know.
You know,
I know.
When you used to live here, I used to see you all the time.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? I used to watch you do your thing back in the days. Me and Cheryl used to come to some of your events where you were DJing and your private parties and all this.
Well, I appreciate it.
We watched.
I appreciate that so much.
You came a long way, and look where you at right now, man. I'm proud of you.
I definitely would consider you a friend, Jayquan. You know, but I guess distance isn't a breaker of friendships. You know, I've had a friend for a long time, since the '80s, that we knew each other since high school. So yeah, distance is not a breaker of friendships. But my goodness, you are making me homesick just talking to you, knowing that you're sitting in Fort Lauderdale, my old stomping grounds. You know, born in Miami, raised in Fort Lauderdale, and lived in the Florida Keys. That's me. You know, but you
got to come back over here. Let me know when you're coming by. That way you can come to the house. You know?
My gosh, if I come back, my grandma is still in Key Largo saying, come home, come on home. Oh, wow. I always got room for you. I'm like, if I go home, I'm never coming back. My goodness. My world turned from blue, the ocean, to green, you know, with the woods and stuff like that. Hey, I like the woods. Wow. I've learned to live with it, and I'm having a good time. I started my life all over, but you're from two different places. But let me tell you, from the New York to Miami, there is a connection with this music, this freestyle, this Latin style dance music. That is there a difference? I mean, because for me, I feel like it's such a blend. But is there any kind of a rivalry between the New York Latin freestyle and then the Miami Latin freestyle? Has there ever been
you know what it is that freestyle, it's in different places right now. You have the New York freestyle artists, you have the Miami freestyle artists, you got the Chicago freestyle artists, you got the LA freestyle artists, you know? So everybody that's out there making they moves in their career, it's awesome. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome because it's keeping freestyle alive.
Man, I loved it when it all came together. When it becomes like a freestyle explosion. Those ones that they show up in Brooklyn, the Bronx, or whatever, and then they show up in Miami and Fort Lauderdale. There's always and even Chicago. And this is news to me. I didn't realize that it had spread out west even. But I know that the dance it just makes you feel good. But, in school, did you ever play instruments or were you a band geek at all? Or were you into sports?
No, I never play instruments. My instruments are my legs and this right here.
Very cool. I mean, were you into sports when you were in school in New York?
Always into sports. Always into sports. I love sports. I played every sport. I went to an all-boys school in high school, and it was all sports. It was an all-sports school. You know what I'm saying? So I played football, basketball, baseball, softball, handball, swimming. I done it all. I learned it, I mastered it, and just, went to the next sport. I wanted to learn it.
Apparently, you know what Bo do know. You could have been the Bo Jackson.
Exactly.
Man.
I wanted to learn it, master it. That way, whenever I want to play it, I know how to play the game.
So are you playing, like football, baseball, basketball, wrestling?
Now it's just, listen, now it's all about working out, taking care of the kids. My kids are grown already. I got the grandkids now coming, know. So the grandkids are coming, and that's a whole new generation of the Jayquan family.
That is a beautiful thing. How many kids did you end up having?
Huh?
How many kids did you end up having?
13.
13 kids. That man read that be fruitful and multiplied and did.
10 girls, 10 girls, 3 boys,
How
and 6
beautiful.
grandkids.
Oh my goodness. I just became, hey, congratulations on becoming a grandpa. I just became a grandpa twice. She's
Good for you.
She's
Good for
living
you.
in Gainesville, Florida now, and we get to chat
Awesome.
online sometimes. But my goodness, you're surrounded by love, surrounded by, not just the good wife, but the good kids and the family. That has to make you feel so appreciated. That there's nothing more important than family. If anybody's going to back you up in life, it's probably going to be your family. And people have to know that,
definitely.
Because of those are the people that are closest to you. So always take care of that. And I see that you do. That's wonderful, man. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
But
those are my angels right there. My girls are my angels. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that's it's always there. Daddy, daddy, poppy, poppy, right there. Those are my girls.
They'll make your heart swell, and then they'll break your heart in the next sentence, man. Just as easily.
Every time. Every time.
No, I love it. I have 2 girls myself, and I appreciate that so much, man. But you all right? So when you get out of high school, you just go straight into doing the dance music and the stripping,
right
and going
into the
work?
Music. Got right into the music. Got right into the exotic male dancing, and just it took off from there. From there, then I started, once Nasty Boys, we broke up back in, I think it was like 94. I started another group called the Latin Rhythm with Tito Puente Jr.
Yes, I remember that, man.
And we and Tito's been together. I mean, we still do shows from time to time now, whenever there's a gig and they want to book the Latin Rhythm, me and Tito's always available to do it. We bring back, the old songs that we had back in the 90s. And we love doing it. Like we just did Kaeocho a few months ago, like 2 months ago, we did Kaeocho together, That was amazing because we haven't been on stage as the Latin Rhythm with the other guy, for like 25 years. So it felt good having that little reunion, right there in Kaeocho, all 3 of us, and we just had a blast doing it.
Oh, for those people that don't know, I know what Kaeocho is, but explain to the people around the country and around the world, what is Kaeocho?
Kaeocho, it's where all the Latin comes together, from Puerto Rican, Mexican, Cuban, Dominican, all race comes together and shows the talent, the food, the vendors, where the Cuban food comes from, where the Puerto Rican food comes from, and it's just a festival that is, 2 or 3 miles of just entertainment and food up and down A Street of Kaeocho. That's what they call it. Kaeocho means A Street. And it's just a great day, that every year they celebrate, and it's amazing. You got all different artists from all over the world to come and perform. You have, Telemundo, you got Power 96, you got different stages where there's different performances going on. So it's great. It's beautiful. It's like in New York, they call it the Puerto Rican Parade, and the 116 Spanish Harlem Festival. It's just like Kaeocho. It's amazing. It's great.
Oh, you think about, Bourbon Street, think about Fantasy Fest, you think about all those things. When you're walking down 8th Street in Miami, Northwest 8th Street, right, in Miami, Kaeocho, and you're getting hit by different types of music. You can hear a Spanish song here. You can hear a reggae song there, reggaeton. You can get a Latin freestyle. You can get a salsa. You can get a merengue. You can get a banda music, and it's all on one street. And I know this is starting to become a love fest for Miami, and I'm going to start crying in a second, man. Just thinking about my hometown, starting over after my 40th year of life, man. But it was worth it. I mean, I have a nice woman here too. I married a hillbilly, so that's why I'm here.
There you go.
But
you became a cowboy.
Okay, all right, yeehaw. I've said a yeehaw here and there at the club. I get to, after all these years, I mean, it has to feel good that you can still do what you love. I mean, after all these years, I think about, man, should I still be DJing? Am I still in touch with the kids? I did a prom last couple weeks ago. Yeah, I guess I'm okay. Sweet 16 about a month ago. Yeah, I guess I'm okay. I work with the old
Yeah.
people. I do the weddings, and yeah, I guess I'm okay. But after all these years, you started in '88, okay, and you're going strong with the Nasty Boys till for 6 whole years. And that's a pretty good run for a group, for a duo to stay together. And then you bust out of there, you go off and you make another group with the great Tito
Latin
Puente
Rhythm.
Jr. And who was the other guy in that?
Shy, my little brother. His name is Shy.
Yes, Shy. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, and everybody that hears the name Tito Puente, they go, oh, they'll think of his dad. But Tito Puente Jr., he's in his own right. I mean, I see him come down my Facebook feed and my Instagrams playing his drums. He is really giving it up for his dad. So having that flavor, having your flavor from your dad and your mom, and having Shy, I don't even know what his background is. Where did he come from?
That's my little brother.
That's your brother. So he came from the
Yes.
same exact thing as you did.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
you had no choice but to have a great time and to give people a great time. And the dancing, were you formally instructed in dancing, or is this natural?
My mom used to have a dance studio. She used to have a club in New York, in the Bronx. So she used to always rehearse there, and I used to watch her. And then she used to teach me how to do, the hustle. I learned how to do the hustle because in the 70s, it was disco, so from the disco, you learn how to dance the hustle, So dancing for me it's my mom, you know what I'm saying? So I get it from her. I got it from her, she taught me how to dance and how to have that rhythm, to go with the music. And I could dance English and I could dance Spanish. I could dance salsa, I could dance bachata, I could dance merengue, it's natural for me.
Lots of love for moms, man. My mom was a dancer as well, and she used to teach me how to dance. I was her little dance partner growing up, so I understand about moms. It's a wonderful thing. But you had your mom and dad were together, and and he actually made a go of the doo-wop, and that was his job, that was his living, that was all he did. That was beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, they have, they had some nice songs back in those days. They took it as far as they can go because, like every groups break up.
Yes.
Every group, then you get the reunions, what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody's still alive to have the reunions, and it happens. But yeah, it's great, man. It's great.
Well, that's just it. Here, after all these years, you said 25 years or so since you've been playing as the Latin dance.
Nasty Boys. As Nasty Boys, it's been 30 years.
As Nasty Boys. Now wait, who did you take to KeeOcho this last year?
This year, it was me and Tito. We did the Latin Rhythm.
The Latin Rhythm, okay.
Yes,
all right, and that was 25 years. But have you ever gone back to be as the Nasty Boys? Have you ever thought of it?
I am. I'm still. Me and one of the partners is back together. That's Toshawn. So Sean and I are back together. So it's just two of us now, not three. So it's just two of us. And me and him, we perform from time to time when he has an opportunity to come out here and do a show, because he lives in Missouri.
Okay.
So he's planning to move here to Florida. Hopefully by the end of this year he'll be down here, and then we can really focus on Nasty Boys, again, stronger, But whenever he has time and he could do a gig, he's available, we do it.
Yeah, I mean, in that respect, distance it does form a. It could be problematic if you want to do a show, say on Fort Lauderdale Beach or even South Beach or anywhere really.
Anywhere, yeah.
I mean, what are the clubs you've been frequenting lately as Jayquan or as anything?
Just Jayquan. I just had two shows just last weekend. One in Fort Lauderdale, Pembroke Pines, and then the other one was in Port St. Lucie. So I do perform as Jayquan, and I still get booked, and I do my Jayquan stuff. Right now, what I got coming up, June 11th, I got a celebrity boxing fight coming.
I was gonna get to that.
Awesome.
I was gonna get to that. Because I wanted to definitely make sure that people know when they come to a Jayquan show, Is it going to be you alone, or are you going to have all the backup dancers? Because I'm looking at your YouTube. I'm saying when you go to a Jayquan music show, it is it's an event. It's a performance.
When it's a Jayquan show, I always say to the promoters, tell me what's your budget, because I'm going to put on a show if it's me by myself, or it's going to be me with my dancers, or me with my band. The bigger the budget, the better show I could put on for you.
Absolutely.
I could put on a band, I could put the dancers, and now you got a full Jayquan show. But the budget has to be right. If you want me, then it's just me, and I'm still going to rock it with the band and the dancers without.
Oh yeah.
I still put on a good show by myself.
Oh yeah. I have no doubt. All right. You've already let the cat out of the bag a little bit. The real reason why we're here. All right. Growing up through the years, I took karate, goju. I took Aikido. I took Taekwondo. When I was living in Fort Lauderdale for about a year back in '94, I worked out at Candyman's Gym, which was a boxing gym on Church Street.
Wow.
And that was, man, I lived in Winter Park, which is about 15, 20 miles away. I would either ride my bike or run to Candyman's Gym, work out a little bit, in the gym with Chris, the Candyman, and I got my boxing fix in. I did that for about 8 months. Now, you, my friend Jayquan Feliciano, are a boxing man. When did you start boxing, and when did you start in getting your love for anything, for the fighting arts?
I've always been a fighter. Growing up in New York, this is your friends right here. You know what I'm saying? Lefty and righty. These are your friends, and these are the ones that's always going to have your back. So growing up in New York, whenever there was a problem or a beef or rumble, you better know how to fight. You better know how to defend yourself. So I've always been able to use these hands. So I got challenged for this boxing fight with this gentleman out of New York, and he's a professional boxer. His name is Jesus, the Latin lover, they call him. So I'd say, who is this Latin lover guy? Try to take my name, because, back in the days, it was J Love, the Latin lover. You know what I'm saying? So now if this guy's trying to redeem my name, I have to step forward and be like, no, Papa, that's me. Back up. You know what I'm saying? Back up. So we challenged each other for this celebrity boxing fight, and I accepted it. He accepted it. So come June 11th, somebody's going to meet Florine.
Now, this is the first time that you've been in a boxing match like this?
No, I did this before with the same promoter about 5 years ago. And I fought a reggaeton artist. So I've done this before. I've done the celebrity boxing before, but it's not as big as it is now. Now it's like, this is going to be televised. You know what I'm saying? This is TMZ. This is, pay-per-view. This is huge. You got a lot of big celebrities that's going to be on this fight. You got Flavor Flav that's going to be, one of the announcers, or I think he's the referee or something. I hope I don't knock out his clock or something, But
I saw that. I saw the little video of Flavor Flav saying, "Yeah, boy." He's still got the flavor. Oh man, celebrity ring announcer.
Yes. Then you got China. She's also going to be there. There's going to be a lot of celebrities. You got, I think from what is it, Backstreet Boys?
What?
One of the Backstreet Boys' brother is supposed to be fighting.
What?
Nick, I think his name is.
Well, I got Rashad Evans. He was a former UFC heavyweight champ, and then I got Omarosa, the reality star. Omarosa, wasn't she in the Donald Trump thing? Wasn't she part of that?
Yeah, what the reality show? What was it? The freaking Apprentice.
Apprentice, you're fired. That's
Yes.
cool, man. That sounds like a show. I mean, I know they do it right in South Florida. I was a one-time announcer in the Independent Wrestling Zone, IWZ. I have no idea where, if they're even still going. I saw online a couple of times a picture of me in the ring getting hit in the back with a chair because I was announcing. But I know that when you do some of these, boxing matches, especially a celebrity boxing match hosted by TMZ, something like that, there's going to be surprises. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, are you bringing? When you go up there, are you bringing one of your own songs? Are you bringing dancers?
Yes.
Are you bringing a crew?
I'm gonna have one of my own songs playing in the background as I'm coming up to the ring. I'm gonna have one of my songs there. So, I'm putting on a show.
Oh. Well, hey, you said you did this 5 years ago. You want to say who the reggaeton artist was?
Yes, his name was Jay Damonte. Jay Damonte, I believe he's from Boca or Del Rey, tall guy. He was a tall guy. Like I fought this tall guy, and now I'm fighting a big guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this guy look like he could eat me. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be careful with this dude, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun, and it's all for a great cause, man. Celebrities out there showing that they still have, the spirit to entertain, even if it's boxing.
Well, I was supposed to have Hazel Roche on last night, and I put him on the podcast, and for some reason he was in a place that was too loud, and so I'll have him on Sunday. But I told him that I was going to have Jayquan on the next day, tomorrow, which is today, and he said, "Tell him I'm going to kick his butt."
Yeah. Tell him I said, it's on, Papa. It's on. I'm going to knock you, though, out.
That's one thing
you're going to meet Florine with these right here. See this right here? You're going to meet Florine with this. This is going to knock you out.
And that's a thing, man. You show on your Instagram, you have an exercise regimen. You are pumping iron. You are on the speed bag. You are walking the walk and talking the talk. What is your regimen? Are you eating right? I mean, what are you, you're filling your body with good stuff?
Listen, I work out every day. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to get into the physical workout. The whole get ready for when he hits me, I'll be able to be like, oh, you ain't doing shit, nigga. That didn't do nothing. So, I'm pumping. I always work out every day anyway. So I keeping that. Then I'm, starting to hit the bag. Keeping that speed going. He'd be like Muhammad Ali said, you can't catch me, man. You're too slow, bro. You're too slow, son. You're too slow.
Well, just like in everything else, we can't do these things all on our own. Are you boxing? Do you have your own gym at the house, or are you boxing at a gym?
I have my own gym in my house. Yes, I have my own gym workout. I have all the equipment to work out. I bought the speed bag. I'm going to get the punching bag now, so that way when I hit him, he's, like he says, tell your mama where it hurts.
Well, I mean, but are you training with somebody? Do you have somebody in your corner that's helping you train?
My wife is my trainer. My wife is my trainer.
I was thinking that, man. Is she just like whacking on you, putting on the boxing gloves and just hitting you in the belly?
Give me 3 more. Give me 3 more. I said, what happened to 1 more? She said, no, give me 3 more.
Okay.
One more. She said 3 more. I'm like, 3 more?
That's a good trainer. A long time ago, I used to teach step aerobics and cardio funk back in my reckless youth. And I would say 4 more, 4 more, 4 more, 4 more. And all these ladies and gentlemen behind me going, what? 4 more? What about 3 and 2 and 1? We got to stop. But no, you train.
They don't get it. That 4 more works.
You train extra hard to get what you want, to achieve the goals. Now, 5 years ago, how did you get involved with celebrity boxing? How did somebody approach you, and what is the good cause that you're fighting for?
The promoter, he reached out to me. He's a good friend of mine. I seen them grind from the beginning to do this, and Don has been always getting that word out about celebrity boxing, you know. So when he approached me again with it again, I say, oh yeah, come on, man. I had a great time the first time. Let's do it again, you know. And at that time, when the first time he approached me, I was hosting the TV show called VIP TV. You know, so I was on television. I was also on Mundo, Fox, CW. You know, I was all over television. So people knew, you know, who I was from VIP TV. And I was the host. I started the VIP TV. We were on it for about 8 years, you know. So it was a win-win. Here's a celebrity that's on television. I'm on billboard on 95 on Oakland Park, up on the damn bullet on a billboard up there, you know, so people see, oh, they go Jayquan right up on 95 on a billboard, you know, VIP TV. And next thing you know, I'm here boxing as a celebrity, you know, so doing it again, it was great. Well, it was great.
Jayquan, once again, you know, a promoter that sees someone he could package and possibly, you know, help to achieve a certain goal. You've already hit all the goals in dancing and in music and now in boxing. You never were a boxer growing up. You weren't, you know, you didn't train in a gym. It's just, here's a guy that's in shape. Hey, I could put him in the ring with this other guy and let them beat each other up. I mean, is there any training to the fact of, you know, making sure that you're at a 45-degree angle, making sure you got your hands upright? Are you fighting southpaw? Are you fighting, you know?
I'm definitely a southpaw. And my method is just stick and move, because if that guy hit me, I'm going to wake up tomorrow.
Wow. I mean, because there's
That's
methods.
a big-ass guy. You know what I'm saying? So my job is to stick and move, you know, wear him out.
Well, that's Muhammad Ali style. That's Muhammad Ali style.
I give it to Jesus. You know, shout outs to Jesus. He's a great guy, you know what I'm saying? And me and him up there are going to do what we have to do to put on a great show, you know?
Well, you're going to teach him about low center of gravity. You know,
yeah, he's like I said, he's going to meet Florine. Floor, and he's going to lean.
Now, you know what's funny? You know, I've talked to some boxers in the past, and they do name their fist. You said lefty and righty, but I've had a guy say piss and vinegar. Another guy was thunder and lightning. You know, you haven't named your fists?
Yeah, Florine, floor and lean. That's it. he's gonna hit the floor and he's gonna lean.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Florine, that's it right here.
And you with your dancing moves, I could see, you know, Muhammad Ali, he used to stick and then he'd jump out of the way. You know,
that's it. Stick and move. That's how he used to do. Stick and move.
I remember from Karate Kid, the best advice that Pat Morita said, when he hits, don't be there. You know, don't be in that spot where he's hitting, you know. Now, when you're boxing, are you hitting straight or are you twisting? You know, what is there's different boxing styles, or are you just trying not to get killed?
I'm gonna try not to get killed. I'm gonna try not to get killed, but I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna hit it. Whichever direction I can get in there, I'm gonna hit.
Well, I see we have a guest appearance. One of your guest stars showed up on the video version. You'll see a dog. Is that your man's best friend, right?
And guess what's his name? His name is Tyson.
How about that? I just heard a podcast.
This is my boy Tyson. Tyson, come here. This is my boy Tyson, right there.
That's fantastic.
That's Tyson right there.
I just heard a podcast today. Rob Lowe has his podcast called Literally, and he had the dog whisperer on there, and he was talking about, you know, that you need to take your, you know, why is a dog a man's best friend, and you know, do you take him for runs? Is that part of your regiment? Do you run? Yeah,
I take him for a run. He hangs up on the rope back there, and every time I get home, he see me put on the shorts. He already know we're going to the gym. Like he already goes and runs into the gym and get himself ready to work out. He's ready.
Well, do you, as a running regiment, do you run every day or a certain amount of miles a day?
No.
How's your cardio? I'm saying, how's your cardio? Because you could do a lot with your hands.
My cardio is okay. My cardio is good. You know, I don't get winded that fast.
Okay.
You know, listen, I'm not 21 anymore. Stop playing. My wife is making fun of me right now. She's like, ugh.
Okay. Well, I mean, speaking.
She like, nigga, you don't last a block.
Well, I mean, hey, look, when I had to do 3 minutes, I trained for 6 minutes. You know, when you're doing rounds, you train twice as hard. I don't want you to get killed, man. I don't want you to get hurt, because that's one thing that you know, getting hit to the face and hit to the body. A lot of times when you do have these celebrity boxing battles, like in the clubs, when I was working down in South Beach, every once in a while they'd have these, you know, a couple of drunk guys that would challenge each other, put on some big giant gloves, get into that ring over there. You know, like at the Cameo or at the Spot, and they'd have this stupid ring, and you just like slam on each other, and it's a couple of drunk guys hit each other to the head till one guy falls down, and then the club gives you like a $25 certificate to get more drinks, you know.
To get more drunk.
Yeah, here's
and really pass out.
Exactly. And meanwhile, you're providing the entertainment for these other guys other people that are getting drunk as well. But I mean, hey, we do, as humans, we do what we can to get entertained, and you're providing the service, you're providing entertainment. June 11th, people are going to see a show. And I imagine, oh my goodness! And you say it's on pay-per-view as well. I'm going to guess that. Yeah. Can you find it on the TMZ page, or are you going to be advertising where to get the pay-per-view?
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have our face-off. I believe it's May 15th or 14th, babe. 14th. The 14th, May 14th. We're gonna be in Miami, doing our face-off, and we're gonna have. It's gonna be, you know, all the celebrities and everybody that's going to fight that night show up, and you know, we are going to have the table to where we are going to speak and talk the talk and walk the walk.
I mean, are you guys actually doing a weigh-in, or are they going to have?
I believe so. I think we're going to do a weigh-in. Hopefully, you know,
you're going to be.
I can reach his weight.
You're going to be hanging out in your tidy whities in front of all these people.
No.
No fear. No problem there. Now, okay, you did mention the wife, I'm sure that she's helping you out in diet as well. Are you changing your diet to try to cut up at all, or?
Man, I eat everything and anything. I eat everything.
And still look as good as you do, man. You are an inspiration. I mean, yeah, when I was running every day, I was running, you know, sometimes 5 miles a day, 6 days a week. I could eat whatever I wanted. But when you're doing that much training, you don't want junk most of the time. Yeah. You know, I used to like eating hamburgers every day, but then I started running. I went, maybe I'll have a salad. Maybe I'll have something a little bit leaner. You know, maybe I'll have some eggs, maybe just some eggs whites or something a little bit leaner, you know, and that's just it. And you got your partner, you're pointing to your partner, and she is helping you in that, making sure that you're eating right and living as long as you possibly can. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, I got one of those too, man. She says, hey, I found this organic whatever from the farmer's market. And I go, really? All I want's a steak and potatoes.
That's it. Hey, listen, you need that protein, you need that starch. Definitely.
But they want to,
you need that.
They want to make sure that you live forever. And I want you to live forever, man. Live a long, healthy, happy life. You too. All right, man. Well, I mean, hey, we know where you're going to be on June 11th. And we know where you're going to be on May 14th. Make sure they stay tuned to your Instagram, your Facebook. I'll make sure I put all the show links, the links to your different social medias in the show notes, so people know where to find you. But you know, if they want you to have a show, are you willing to go outside of South Florida? How far are you going?
Always. Listen, whenever you need an entertainer for any of your gigs, call me.
If the money's right. If the budget's right.
let's do it. I do quinceañeras, I do sweet 16s, I do weddings, I do it all.
Man,
I do it all. I've done it all. I did a wedding not so long ago. I did a sweet 16 not so long ago. So I do it.
I love it, man. I love it after all these years.
I sing my originals and I do some covers.
All right, man. Well, as if you want to give some shout outs to people that have helped you along the way, I know that you've been given shout outs and given credit where credit is due. Are you doing any more recording? Do you have a studio that you're doing recording in, or are you putting out?
I got my own studio here. The man
can do it all.
Oh yeah, we keep it all in house. The gym is here, the pool is back there, the studio's here, everything's in here. You know, the wardrobe is all in the house. So yeah, you know, always shout outs to my wife, for always having my back. You know, shout outs to my kids. I love my kids, and shout outs to, you know, everybody that's coming out to this fight. Don't miss it, June 11th. Shout outs to the promoter for putting on this amazing event, and hopefully you can try to make it too. It'd be good for you to come if you can make it.
Well, I
bring you back, bring you up on stage, bring you backstage. I give you interviews with everybody that's there.
Well, I'll probably catch the pay-per-view, man. I can't tear away. That's the problem with being, you know, establishing yourself with the entertainment business. Like I said, the work's not steady. You got to hustle. You got to hustle, man. So on the 14th, I know I got a wedding that day, you know, and I know on the 11th, I probably have a wedding that day as well. But, you know, I'm so happy that I'm getting a chance to talk to you. I'm so happy that you have Cheryl in your life. You have love in your life. You have all your kids in your life. You have grandkids in your life. Love and family, and that's what it's all about. That's what you work towards.
Yes,
that's the goal.
Amen.
And I'm, you know, you got a smile on your face. You see that you have this challenge ahead of you, and you're just like, you're up for it. You're up for the challenge. I'm so happy for you. All right. Well, I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. As time progresses, if you want to come back and chit chat some more,
anytime. You throw me a buzz when you want to come back on.
Fantastic.
You know?
Well,
thank you, my brother. Have a good night. Okay.
I usually finish these things off with last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something you heard a long time ago, or just whatever, you know, maybe something you wake up with every morning, or just whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Jayquan Feliciano, give the last words for the people.
I say to everybody, man, love your neighbors, love your family, you know, be humble, you know, stay blessed, and God bless you.
Oh my goodness, there you have it, Jayquan Feliciano. His battle for the Latin lover. You know, I was going to ask, I think the original Latin lover was Cesar Romero. Remember Cesar Romero? I mean, a lot of the kids today would know him as the Joker from the Batman back in the 60s, but he did so much more. I mean, he was the Latin guy. He was the go-to Latin guy back in the I guess the 40s and 50s in the movies. Cesar Romero. Look him up. I mean, he was so Latin lover. He had this cool little mustache. He didn't want to shave it off, even though he was playing the Joker, and they had to put this white makeup all over his face. So he said, no, you're putting it over my mustache. I'm not shaving it off. That's part of my Latin lover. So Latin lover's been with us for a long, long time. So I guess that might be the underscore of this celebrity boxing match, is to see who can get the title, who can actually wield the title of Latin lover. But yeah, I guess that all. Are you a lover or a fighter? I guess you're both. A little bit of both. Oh man, I'm so glad that I talked to you, Jayquan. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. So good catching up with you, and I guess so good catching up with your lovely lady as well. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for the way life is turning out for you. You got a smile on your face. You got a good outlook. You're keeping in shape. You're walking tall. You're looking lean, and you pretty much do whatever you want, and that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing, man. You know, if you can make your job into the thing you love, you'll never work a day in your life. I know I'm paraphrasing, but that is a saying, I think. Thank you, Jayquan, once again for being on the What Makes You Famous podcast. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Now, if you, yes, you, my loyal listener, if you'd like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386, or email keysdan@aol.com. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.